Activity number 2, online safety and security. Our new Digital 2020 reports, published in partnership with Hotsuit, show that digital, mobile, and social media have become an indispensable part of everyday life for people all over the world. More than 4.5 billion people now use the internet, while social media users have passed the 3.8 billion mark. Nearly 60% of the world's population is already online, and the latest trend suggests that more than half of the world's total population will use social media by the middle of this year. Think before you click. Most of us use social media to communicate. But while social media can be fun and a great way to chat with friends, it can be risky as well. When people share personal information about themselves, they may become targets for scammers and identity thieves. What is social media? Social media is a computer-based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas and information and the building of virtual networks and communities. By design, social media is internet-based and offers users easy electronic communication of personal information and other content, such as videos and photos. Users engage with social media via computer, tablet, or smartphone, via web-based software or web application, often utilizing it for Top 10 Tips to Stay Safe Online. Tip number 1. Avoid having one password for all of your online accounts. Did you know that using the same password for all accounts you have online is more prone to hacking? Thus, always use different password for each online account you own. Tip number 2. Make your password unique and not your birthday or the initial of your name just because it's easy to remember. According to security experts, they recommend creating a password that is a combination of both lowercase and uppercase letters, digits, and if possible, common punctuation marks and even ASCII symbols. Tip number 3. Use password managers and two-factor authentication. The password management systems help to strengthen your unique password by encrypting it, while two-factor authentication only grants you access to your account after you successfully hurdle a series of authentication processes. Tip number 4. Beware of free Wi-Fi. Free internet connection available on public spaces. Free Wi-Fi is a haven for hackers, for they can easily get an access to your account. Every time you open any of your accounts using free internet connection, you're letting someone know your login credentials. This is especially crucial. As much as possible, it's better to stay away from the temptation of checking your social media accounts at such public spaces to avoid identity theft. Tip number 5. Be careful what your mouse clicks on. There are times that we become agitated, that we mistakenly click on pop-up ads or get curious with anonymous files and attachments, and click it only to realize that these are potential carriers of viruses that could harm your computer too. What's worse is that this may contain the ability to make your accounts highly vulnerable to identity theft. It's deal that you avoid opening such files and delete it right away. Tip number 6. Check the padlock icon and the certificate, especially if you are using a credit card account on an e-commerce site. One of the common traits of a website that could be easily hacked or may bring the virus to your device is the lack of security on the website itself. The padlock icon and the certification you see after typing the URL, always make sure that you are entering a website that wouldn't cause harm to your personal information. Tip number 7. Check the email addresses. Always remember that outgoing email will show the sender's email address. An incoming email will not display the sender's email address. Tip number 8. Safeguard your computer. Check the antivirus software on your computer and ensure that it's always the latest version to prevent your computer from being an easy target for viruses. Tip number 9. Be careful what you post. Think before you click. There's nothing wrong to post updates about the significant events on your life, but always be careful on the information you put or post online, e.g., job location and position, the place you're currently living. Filter the things you want to post online because you don't want to go home to an empty house after posting that you'll be away for a grand vacation to a wonderful place. Tip number 10. Do not ever post your IDs online, especially your government IDs such as BIR, SSS, and TIN IDs. These IDs are primary source of your identity in the Philippines. Letting people know the information written on such IDs online is prone to identity thief, similar to what happened to Mark Joseph Lontok. So, those are the top 10 tips to stay safe online. Be cautious about how much personal information you provide on social networking sites. We must think before we click. The phrase "think before you click" is a positive message. It is about taking control of your online safety and participating in the benefits of social media with respect for yourself and for others. Once you post it, you can't take it back. Even if you delete the information from a site, you have little control over older versions that may exist on other people's computer and may circulate online. Think before you click the send button. You never know what disaster one text of yours can lead to. Always think before you click, for every click can ruin your life or others in just a click. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something in this video. Again, this is JAMAICA QUITORIO, Section UMS 1 Hard Mode.